Hello and welcome back to SimCast, the higher education simulation podcast. My name's Lawrence Hill and I'm joined by my regular co-host and partner in crime, Tony Jeremy.
Thanks, Lawrence. Hello, everyone. Welcome to SimCast. Tony Jeremy here. Today's episode we're kind of quite excited about because we are going to do a slightly different spin on things, and we're going to do our version of Desert Island Discs, but we're going to call it Desert Island Sims.
Desert Island Sims, yes, exactly. So we're not coming to you from the University of East Anglia today. Today we are somewhere above a desert island chain.
Yeah, so what's the premise is we've had a paper or something accepted at an international simulation conference.
Yep.
Our employer has gone all out and given us 2 economy class tickets on an aeroplane, and we've got some simulation kit with us.
And we've just heard an announcement come over the tannoy, which is that the plane is unfortunately going to have to make a crash landing, and we have got 2 minutes to gather the pieces of equipment we want to take with us. So the premise behind this episode is, if you were having to set up a simulation center on a desert island, what would you take with you?
And the rules are we have 3 bits of kit.
Yep.
1 luxury item.
Yep. 1 luxury item.
And then what's the other thing they have on Desert Island?
So on Desert Island Discs, they normally have the Bible or other religious or philosophical text.
So we're going to go for a simulation philosophical or religious text.
Yeah, and we're going to take, to our roots, I think, in terms of Resus education, we're going to take the Pocket Guide to Teaching for Clinical Instructors, the 4th edition. So we're taking that with us.
So we'll dive into that in a moment. If you enjoyed the episode, please give us a like. Equally so, if you didn't like the episode, give us a dislike, but let us know in the comments why, because we're always keen to improve. To keep up to date with all things Sim, subscribe to the channel and don't forget to check the notification bell. And SimCast is available on all popular streaming platforms.
Okay. So the plane's going down, Tony.
Yep,
it's
crash landed. I have picked my 3 bits of equipment.
So we've
you have as well.
So we've landed. We're dragging our pieces of equipment with us, and we've found each other on this desert island, and we're looking at each other's kit, going, "What on earth have you brought that for?"
Yeah, and I think it's only fair that we talk about why we have them from a simulation point of view, but I think it's only fair that we actually talk about some of the realistic challenges of being on a desert island as well, because I'm sure some of mine have got some flaws, and maybe yours have as well.
I dare say they have. So what's the first thing that you've got with you then? What is this first?
Oh, hang on, before we start, because we're on a desert island.
Oh, hang on. What's this? This wasn't in the script. If you don't know by now, I feel quite uncomfortable if there isn't some kind of script. So Tony's, oh, what?
There we go. I come prepared.
So over the course of our work as simulation educators on this island, the Cavell Island that we've landed on, I'm slowly going to go blind, and you're going to be fine.
Yeah, polarized as well.
Tony, for those listening, Tony's just cracked out his Ray-Bans. And he's going to struggle through the rest of this episode wearing them, I think.
Ironically, whenever I go on holiday, I always forget them.
That's the thing.
And then I have to go and buy some cheap, like
So are you claiming that is not your luxury item because you were already wearing them?
Yeah. I was already. They were on my face on the plane. Fine. This is not a luxury item at all. But,
okay. No, I think probably on a desert island that's an essential item. We're going to
take them off just because otherwise it might be a bit weird for you to. But
it's always a bit weird for me in here with you.
Right, first item.
Yeah, first item. What's the first thing you're taking with you?
So my first item is a bag valve mask, an ambi bag.
You've brought an ambi bag with you. So why have you chosen that piece of equipment in particular?
For context, I'm an operating department practitioner by background, so a lot of the stuff we do in simulation is airway management. So naturally, it's a go-to piece of kit and equipment. Mm-hmm. I think that good basic airway management, head tilt, chin lift, jaw thrust, using this either two-handed or one-handed is an essential skill, and you can never do enough of it. So it's going to be really useful for me in the sim. But I'm also trying to think about practicalities when I'm on a desert island.
Okay.
So,
and no one wants to do mouth to mouth, do they? But that's not what you're thinking, is it?
No, that's not what I'm thinking. But I'm thinking, okay, if I crash down on a desert island and I want to set up an internationally renowned simulation center, fine. I also need to survive the first sort of 24, 48 hours.
Yeah, fair enough.
So being able to find food, shelter, water, and fire are some of my priorities. And I'm thinking this little bad boy, because I'm probably going to be useless at trying to start a fire, can be A bellows.
You're going to use it as I think that's ingenious.
Yeah. It probably won't have 15 litres of oxygen attached to it.
No, that is going to get a fire going pretty quick if you have.
but it's potentially useful. I mean,
I like it.
You could even hold it that way, and
you could collect rainwater.
Collect rainwater for the face mask. So I've got my fresh water coming in. You're getting dysentery because you've just scooped it out of some puddle that you found somewhere.
Yeah.
Whereas Are we on the desert island together?
Yeah, I think we are.
Okay, this is interesting.
Yeah.
That might mean one of my next items, I can use it in another creative way.
Oh, wow. Okay, good. Okay, excellent. Well, what a good choice. I have to say, I think that's an excellent choice. The thing is as well, it's a bulletproof piece of kit. That thing's never going to go wrong.
This is probably 15, 20 years old, knowing
already.
Our simulation centre.
And it looks just as fresh as the day it came out of the packaging.
Fresh as a daisy.
Or maybe a little bit more
or
kind
a
of
coconut tree.
airway lube on it. Yeah. Okay, nice.
Airway lube.
Oh, do you feel like you've left something on the plane now?
Possibly.
You can always, maybe you can use it as a diving tool and get down there.
Or maybe get some like mollusk slime instead.
Mollusk slime, I reckon that'll work well.
Okay.
Yeah, good. Biological.
So that's my first item.
Provided there's no allergies. Because that could be really bad news. If you're running a sim and you're using anyone that's got a mollusk allergy, that would be really bad.
That's my first item.
Okay, I love that. I think it's a great item. Shall I show you my first item? So
I think we've probably both leaned into the fact that we're from our professional backgrounds as well.
For sure I have. For sure I have. So this is my first item. So this is the kind of almost bog standard Resus Annie. The original kind of resuscitation model. The OG Resus model. So the reason that I've bought this kind of dismembered torso mannequin with is because I think this is probably one of the most fundamental units of simulation equipment, right? I mean, I am a paramedic, and yes, I am focused on resuscitation in a proportion of the training that we deliver. So I've actually chosen the skill meter version as well. So what I really like about the Resus Annie with the skill meter is that emerging evidence, Prof. Andy Lockyer was presenting at the Resus Council conference in November, saying that gamification and deliberate practice and immediate digital feedback is actually really useful for skill acquisition. Obviously simulation and clinical skills sit together under the same umbrella. So I like this mannequin. I think what we know is that good basic life support is critical in the chain of survival. The chain of survival is going to get really long when we have to get a helicopter off. But nevertheless, I think this is a fundamental unit of health education.
So when you do basic life support, there are 3 times when you should stop providing CPR, right?
Yes, that's correct. Yeah,
which are
that you're physically exhausted.
Okay, so that's a high likelihood on a desert island when no one else is coming.
Yeah, fair. When the patient regains signs of life.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. I mean, it is ultra realistic, isn't it? But
yeah. And when help arrives.
So you're going to be doing CPR for a long time. I'm also slightly concerned that if you wanted to escape the desert island, all of your shouts for help would have been wasted in your simulation.
Oh yeah, we're going to have to change that bit of the algorithm.
It's going to be red raw.
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
but maybe we make a fire and use my bellows instead.
To be fair,
there's a signal fire.
There's a fair bit of plastic on that. That's going to send up quite a bit of smoke.
Okay, if you were to use it as a fuel.
so that's my first piece anyway.
Nice.
I like it. They're pretty. Obviously the battery's going to run out on the skill meter, but they still make that satisfying crunch when you do the chest compressions to an adequate depth.
Yeah.
So they still work. So
I reckon as well, if you pulled it apart, there's springs and stuff in there as well. So you could set up a snare or a trap.
Potentially you could use it for that.
Usable.
Yeah.
And also, obviously, if we, not to want to quote a big blockbuster movie, but when you go stir crazy, which eventually you will do.
Yeah, especially if I'm stuck there with you.
What are you going to call him?
Jeff is my go-to simulation name.
So Jeff instead of Wilson.
Yeah, not Wilson.
So that's going to be your Jeff. You're sitting in a cave,
I'm going to try really hard,
staring at each other.
Yeah, I'm just going to talk to Jeff. You know, Jeff is my go-to simulation. It was on the tip of my tongue. It would definitely be Jeff.
Okay.
If you were stuck on a desert island and you had a manual, what would you call it? I'd love to hear. Actually, it would be amazing if we actually had some kind of comments on these. But what is your go-to simulation name? What is it when you haven't really factored in a name of your patient and your student asks you, or your learner asks you, what's the patient's name? You know, give us a male and a female. What's your go-to simulation name?
Mine is probably Bob.
Bob.
I don't know. Well, I was thinking Jeff. I was thinking Jeff as well, Bob. But I also try and make it a little bit more creative. And then if it's a woman, because we're often playing elderly females, and I'm horrendously stereotyping, I know, but it's going to be like a Betty or a Deirdre or something like that.
Yeah, I normally go Grace or Joan for a female name. Yeah,
nice. We could be far more creative than this, can't we?
We could. So anyway, that's my first item. And
are you going to assert the basic assumption with Jeff when eventually you end up in a cave together?
Yeah, sure, why not? Yeah, I think so. Okay. I think if it's got to the point,
a psychologically safe space for.
If it's got to the point where I'm talking to a mannequin for company, hell yeah, I'm going to assert the basic assumption. Like that's a given.
Okay.
So what's your second item?
So my second item, I might have to tell you what my luxury item needs to be for my second item, because otherwise my second item is going to have a short shelf life.
Okay, great. Let's go for luxury items.
So
now.
My luxury item is going to be one of those, and I don't have one because I wish I did, is one of those big camping battery pack generators which can be charged by solar power. You can plug things into it.
Nice.
They're companies like Jackery and stuff make them. They're fantastic. If you haven't seen one and you've got spare a couple $100 or however much it costs, it's definitely a worthwhile investment, particularly if you're going to be stranded on a desert island, because my next item is electronic.
Oh, hang on. Shall I do my luxury?
Yeah, do your luxury first.
So my luxury is...
Are you going to feed off my electricity?
Well, now I know that you've gone... now that I know that we've got the option of power, that does unsettle me a little bit. But I think...
Electricity, you mean, rather than power? You've got no power.
No, it's a flat hierarchy, right? So I think actually what I thought, my luxury item, I think would be coffee. And it sounds crazy in the context of talking about simulation, but I think so much of the creative process is fueled by coffee.
Okay, so you want some of my clean drinking water to feed your caffeine habit?
If I can't use desalinated seawater somehow, then yeah, if that's okay, I'd like to use your bag and valve water collector. But I think so like a lifetime supply of coffee, and probably if you're going to jealously guard your charger, maybe.
I never said that. I just wanted to know if I don't know if we're creating separate camps.
I think what I would do is I would probably take a cafetiere. I think I would have a cafetiere as well, because I need coffee.
Not a filter. The filter would be useful.
Filters would be useful, but then I feel like I'm stretching it a little bit, asking for a lifetime supply of coffee and filters.
Fair point.
So I guess I'm keeping my bags packed a little bit in the event that I think probably anyone that listens to the podcast regularly will know that your technical and digital prowess in comparison to mine is we're in different orders of magnitude in terms of ability. And if I, for whatever reason, wasn't able to use a solar charger, I'd like to know that in the event that you went, stir crazy on the island, that I would still be able to have coffee. So, but it wouldn't be my first concern, obviously, if you lost the plot. But I think we would need it to get through. So I would have a French, a cafetiere.
Okay, so we've established that we've both got coffee.
We've got coffee
to fuel us. We've got some electricity, which means my second item is now valid.
Okay,
and it is an iSimulate.
Wow, you've gone all out.
Yeah. So.
So for anyone who has not seen an iSimulate before, it's essentially a couple of iPads plugged together, which can simulate basically any pretty much any biomedical finding.
It's patient monitoring, right?
Yeah.
Plus you can do 12-lead ECGs, X-rays and things like that.
Yeah.
Importantly, and I've got the sound on. I don't know how well you can hear the sound. So this is one of the reasons I love it for simulation. And let me just cue it up. This is so powerful when you have anyone who works in an environment where we use patient monitoring. So we've got the ECG, pulse oximetry, and I can cycle. But that little tone change.
Oh, I don't like that.
Exactly.
It's making me nervous. Oh.
So what I've done is I've set it on a delay of 30 seconds for it to drop to an unsafe level.
Sorry, Jeff.
And then what you'll find in a minute is the monitors, the alarms will go off as well. And for me, if you're going to spend any money on technology...
Stay there, Jeff. Sorry.
If you're going to spend any money on technology and simulation... I'm going to stop this now because it is literally giving me some panic. It's so powerful in simulation.
Yeah.
Because it evokes a really authentic response from your learners.
Yeah. Do you know what? I reckon we've got a half-decent simulation centre going already, to be honest.
We're
only halfway through the items.
These are 2 iPads, essentially.
Yeah.
So, and the skill is in the software. It does use a local router. So provided you've got power, you can still use this on a local wireless network. So it technically works from a desert island point of view.
There's always Starlink, isn't there?
Yeah.
Thanks to Musk. So so you could potentially have Wi-Fi on this desert island.
But so 2 iPads. The software then has one as a patient monitoring system and the other one as a control panel. I think if I was going to have this on a desert island, I might actually get to the point where I could program my own simulations because I'm really bad. What I do is I do it on the fly.
Maybe it's what you need is to be stranded on a desert island.
Yeah,
to
it might give me enough time to actually get to grips with writing a scenario and having it on there.
Fully programming it
when
rather than
you
doing
use
it on the
really
fly.
well, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
But what I tend to do is flick them all on the fly. I have a simulation activity template with different states depending on how you go through the sim, and I'm just flicking and twisting all of the dials on the fly and then putting the time delay is good.
But no, fabulous piece of kit and really powerful.
And of course iPad then means that we've got other potential uses. We could rudimentary record a podcast still particularly we've got 2.
Okay, fine. You could do your editing on there.
I'm well away.
Yeah, there is definitely a theme emerging here, right? So my second item is this.
Oh,
I've got a casualty simulation moulage kit.
Okay. Have you got anything juicy in there?
So it's got tons of stuff in there. So it's got, it's got some simulated injuries in there. It's got some paints in there so that you can, make your patient appear to have bruising.
Paint Jeff up.
Yeah, we could paint Jeff up, make Jeff up really nice for the little desert island party. Obviously he'd be invited. But what I really like about Moulage is that it's something which just evokes authenticity and buy-in in people. It's how many times have you sort of said, oh well, the patient appears to be, and it breaks the fiction contract straight away. The beauty of Moulage is that it's real, and we had did a great episode previously about the use of Moulage, and we talked about its value. And so I think that it would have value for that. I also think probably if things got really tough, particularly the sort of vegetable-based paints might provide some nutrition.
Yummy.
Yeah, it could be a little bit.
Lawrence, I
dodgy.
can see your teeth are all stained again. Have you been at the Moulage?
At the Moulage, just so hungry. Yeah, so
we're absolutely atrocious at hunting and catching fish and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. I could debrief
if we had needles and hypodermics, we could probably use that for fishing.
We didn't think about that. No, never mind. That would have been a really good move.
Yeah.
Oh well, we'll starve, but we'll achieve the learning outcomes in the process.
Authentically.
So the Moulage kit. I also think it's got another advantage in that it provides a nice little seat. It's quite a big box.
That is a really useful. You could keep if we were to capture anything, you keep it out of the sun. It would probably keep it a little bit better, particularly if you buried it. So lots of practical usage.
Lots of practical values on it. You could use it as a little stand. To get up, you needed to reach up and get something out of a tree or
like a coconut.
So it'd be good for coconut retrieval. I've just really value Moulage.
So the Sim Center, are we going to make that ourselves? Presumably.
Well, I think the whole island is a sim
always
centre.
thought Have you ever thought that if I was stranded, how good would I be at creating a lean-to or?
Oh yeah, well that is a whole other thing. We haven't got anything remotely that we could use for chopping or anything useful like that.
Oh, yeah.
Let's cross that bridge when we come to it. So that's my second item. What's yours? Your third item. Your third item.
Right, I'm gonna have to get up for this one because it's a bit bulky.
Okay. All right.
Move that out of the way.
So for the benefit of the listener,
a trusty whiteboard.
A trusty whiteboard.
Or Flipchart.
Or Flipchart. Probably
Flipchart's probably more useful because paper could be used for fire. I think I'm going to be rubbish at trying to like rub sticks together.
Yeah.
I've got my bellows, a bit of paper.
Yeah, that's a good shout. Also, I suppose if you had a chalkboard, that would never run out of pens as well.
Yeah.
That'd be quite good.
So potentially,
but why this then? Why, from a simulation perspective, why the Flipchart or the whiteboard?
Because I am really bad at remembering things.
Mm-hmm.
So being able to write things down, particularly for debriefing, is very, very important. The debrief model that we have developed is two-sided. On the flip side is somewhere for you to write things down. I still don't do it. So I know that I'm really bad at writing things down. So again, given the time of being on a desert island, I might actually start to develop some good habits.
Yeah.
Writing some keywords down, some key areas to talk about during the debrief.
Yeah.
And also it
useful.
could be used for the simulation event itself. So again, ODP background, it could be to count swabs on it as a board. So it's versatile. Yeah. I could use it as a makeshift like brace or something or
extrication device, a slide sheet.
And also if we're on a desert island together, I might play some tricks with you. I might put it in the jungle and put some cryptic messages on there as you're starting to lose the plot with Jeff.
It's just starting to feel like an episode of Lost.
Yeah, exactly.
I noticed as well, you've actually got a bulldog clip that's been attached to it.
Your Honour, I had nothing to do with that. That just came as part of
I wonder what we could do with that from a survival perspective.
I don't think that counts. I think that's going.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, we're not having that.
That's gone in the sea.
I want to be pure to the philosophy of the three items.
All right, fair enough.
Although that does come with a pen. Obviously, the pen
in the same breath,
the pen won't work.
No,
standard.
Or
the pen will be a permanent pen if I've got a whiteboard, which happens all the time.
Yeah. To be fair, we can always use some of the Moulage paint if the pen runs out.
It's also got the makings of a rudimentary raft.
Or sail.
Yeah, or sail. So the applications are potentially endless.
I like it a lot. So it actually speaks to my final item of 3 as well. And this, for those listening, is a clipboard.
Has it been in the sea already?
It does actually look like it's been in the sea. This is one I prepared earlier. So the clipboard, keen listeners will know that we've previously done a top 5, which was focusing on the kind of things that we would have in an optimal situation, and still, the clipboard was my most important piece of equipment because for all the same reasons that you said for jotting things down. What the clipboard actually does is it allows you to remain in the moment of the simulation with the learners. So it's where I keep my learning outcomes. It's where I keep the scenario template. It's where I keep my notes. It's where I jot down those key phrases that people say that you really want to come back to. It's where I gather those initial reactions.
You feel as a facilitator naked without it. So it's grass skirt that you've fashioned together in Clipboard.
Yeah.
And sunglasses for me.
And I just think it's the of all of the money that gets spent on simulation equipment and simulation centers.
Mine went to a thumbnail then.
Skins.
Maybe not.
Another day. Also, I thought I could use that for fanning the flames of a fire as well.
Yeah.
If we were busy using the bellows for collecting water, and we needed the fire, and perhaps particularly when it's raining, do we need the fan for the fire?
We've spoken before about the fact that we consider ourselves pragmatic simulation educators, and I think this is just cementing the point. We are very practical with the items that we've chosen within reason. You can argue electricity on a desert island is a stretch, which is why I've gone for a solar power charger as my luxury item.
Sustainable as well.
Yeah. I'd be happy with this.
Yeah, me too. I think this would work. Well. I've just noticed, because it's got a spring in it. Actually, we could fashion that into a hook for some fishing. We just haven't got any line.
Right. Give me a.
We could maybe strip some fibres off of a coconut palm or something.
Yeah,
that'll do. That'll work.
We'll figure something out.
We'll work it out. Yeah. So, classically in desert island discs, the castaway is asked if they were to save one item from the waves, what would it be? So, what would your item you would save from the waves?
Of the three.
Of the three.
I think most practically, I'm probably going to have to go with this one.
You're going with the BVM?
Because you can use it with sim, but also it's for survival for me.
Yeah. Nice. And it's like a professional comfort blanket for you as well. Like, if you've got the BVM in your hand, like things are going to be okay.
Yeah. Bellowing the flames at about 12 to 20 bellows a minute.
Nice. Well, I can't see past the clipboard for me either. I think actually we can ask people to imagine what it looks like, and I love you, Jeff, but actually I think ultimately the clipboard would win for me.
Just imagine Jeff just bobbing around in the waves as he slowly goes under, as you just stand there with your clipboard protecting what modesty you have left.
Just wafting myself to stay nice and cool. See you, Jeff. So yeah, I think that kind of that makes a point. I mean, it's interesting, isn't it? In the two of us, is that I've gone almost totally analog, and you've
integrated some technology.
You've integrated technology, and I think that speaks to who we are as educators, simulation educators as well, which is quite interesting. And yeah, it's been a lot of fun. So thanks for sharing your desert island sims, Tony.
We'd love to hear what your three items would be. So if you have an idea of what three items you would take to a desert island, let us know in the comments below.
And thank you for listening and or watching to this episode of SimCast. We hope you've enjoyed it, and we look forward to seeing you again on the next one. Bye for now.
Thanks, everybody. Bye-bye.